Let me tell you a quick story of how I traveled 1,000 miles to go and ask my wife to be my girlfriend. And funny story, only my little brother knew about this, and I used up all my savings. So a friend of mine from medical school was getting married, and the beauty of this invitation was that she was in the same country that my wife was in. I think for the sake of this video, I'll call her Nyasha, since she was not yet my wife. So I decided it might be a good idea to ask if I could come with a +1, and she said yes. So the next challenge was for me to then get Nyasha to come, since she was in a different city. And I decided, you know what? If she says yes to coming to be my +1, then it's a sign that surely she's now into me. So I asked her and she said yes. And I was like, oh my God. It's time for me to prepare to go to Tanzania. Without much thought, we went straight to the Air Tanzania offices with my brother. It was then that we received the list of requirements. Turns out at this point, all they needed was an activated COVID card and a yellow fever vaccine. So those things were not really difficult for me to get, since at that particular time I was actually working at UBH, so I could get my COVID card activated there and buy a vaccine, which I then took to my friend to inject me. And as you can clearly see, I'm really not a big fan of needles, but it was either that or wasted savings, so I just had to get on with it. So fast forward to a few weeks down the line, it was time for me to actually travel now to Tanzania. And I think these were the days when they had just finished renovating the Harare International Airport, and the place was actually looking quite fire though. So we've actually been planning this trip for quite some time now, and I'm actually glad that it's happening. At this point, I hadn't left the country in quite a while, so I was happy that I was getting to travel. This trip was not just any kind of trip, it was a trip with a lot at stake. I think sometimes the sacrifices that you're willing to make really show how serious you are about something or someone. And if I be honest, if it's for someone you love, these things are enjoyable.
Ladies and gentlemen, require complete attention for demonstration of test instructions issued the back of the ticket.
Sorry? I'll be happy if I can get both. Thank you. Sometimes you just gotta get your money's worth, right? Nice as this food is right now, it's actually pretty low. So after this lovely meal, the land of Tanganyika was in sight, and I was just a few steps closer to seeing the love of my life. That's landing. Thank you.
Welcome again.
In hindsight, I'm actually realizing how audacious this was. Imagine traveling all these miles to go and ask someone to be your girlfriend. I think just a quick tip for ladies. One of the easiest ways to see if a guy is serious about you is just by looking at his efforts. A guy who's truly serious about you will actually go leaps and bounds for you. And I'm not saying that their efforts will be exactly like mine. Absolutely not. Of course, relative to the situation and circumstance, you can clearly see if a person is interested in you by the efforts that they put in. Thank you, sir. Okay, we finally gotten through. There was an issue with the address and I couldn't get a hold of the person that I'm here with, so, but it's okay. We're out. trip was okay. It's okay. I don't know how to answer you. They should what? Amen. In Bible and you have not because you ask not. So yeah, I guess they always have extra. You know that, right? What will they do with the rest of the food? It's the clownery for me, but photos.
Can't a photo be taken?
It can, but I don't.
After tomorrow. I'm so relieved. I was so stressed. Oh, you've changed?
I've not changed. I'm still the same. I just have a deep voice, apparently. So after arriving, it was time to go and call it a night. But first, we had to navigate through Dar es Salaam traffic, which was a bit hectic. But anyway, we managed. Are you asking that question, Mercy?
Huh?
I'm saying I should have probably asked how.
Yes. I'm only thinking about it now.
Okay, so I've arrived where I'll be staying. I'm staying with my friend, so just about to freshen up. Actually a little tired from the journey, but I'm glad we're here. The traffic here is insane, so it took us quite a while to actually get home, but we're here now. So a few months ago, my friend told me that she was engaged and she was getting married, and I was excited about that. I was very happy that I was going to, and I decided that I was actually going to travel down to Tanzania. But the dates were not confirmed, so I kind of forgot about it for a bit. And then about 3 to 4 months ago, I started talking to this girl, and then my friend confirmed that the dates for the wedding. So I told myself, okay, let me ask her to be my +1 and let's see how that's gonna work out. I was very nervous, of course, so I texted her. I was like, yo, so this is what's happening. I'm coming to Tanzania for my friend's wedding and I'd like you to be my +1. And you would never guess what she said. Okay, yeah, you can actually guess what she said. She agreed. And she just said she is basically here. And I'm kind of excited, also nervous. We'll probably be meeting in the next 2 to 3 hours, and can't contain myself anymore, but that's alright. So what's the game plan? Yeah, and this is really messing with my nerves right now because she's supposed to already have been here by now, but they left late, so we'll just wait and see. So my first meeting with her was delayed because of Tanzanian traffic, so we had to wait a little longer until we actually got to see her. And yeah, I was not very excited about that, but I guess it was all part of the process. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. I might look cool, but deep down, I'm a little nervous because I'm actually a shy guy. I was on my way to meet her for the first time, and I actually didn't know she was gonna show up because she had just arrived in the city after a very long day of traveling. So we got into the mall and went on to go and watch a movie, hoping that maybe she's gonna show up. And she texted me and told me that she was on her way. She got there. I was so nervous. If nerves have never been real, nerves have never been real. Today is that day. And then I finally saw her. Couldn't even keep the camera straight. Hello. And this was a genuine reaction to seeing me. And in that moment, I was looking at my future face to face. So happy to see you, Nyasha. It's too late. Like, I can't not make you aware of it. You'll always see that my phone is out of my hand. Dang. Where were you washing your hands? So, it's excursion time. The beauty about today is that I get to spend the whole day with Nyasha. We have so many things that are planned, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. And I'm pretty sure she is too. I went to pick her up so that we could get started with our day. She wanted to get her nails done, and her friend recommended a place that was just close to home. Opposite is in like 4 different directions, my friend. Don't let appearance fool you. Those people were exceptionally good with their work. So remember when I said excursion? Well, it turns out gents, go with her for a nail appointment. She'll appreciate the company.
Well, yeah, you will know why.
I will know why. Everybody else will know.
That should be.
We got done with that. We ordered a Bolt, and for the first time I was going to be riding a Bajaji. It's pretty exciting because, well, with what we're used to in our country, it's just like cars. And now I got gonna get onto one of these for the first time. What are we dancing? What's happening?
Just trying to bog in. Like, I'm actually impressed with the quality of your camera on the phone.
Then we got to the mall. It was time to explore. How cool is it when you're walking around with the most beautiful girl in space? Ugh. How much are they? We found this shop that reminded us of this shop that we used to have in China called Miniso, where there are like so many small items which you wouldn't necessarily be able to get anywhere else. It's the true definition of a convenience store, actually.
Walk away from this stuff.
What is this? Is it really the best idea to allow her to free float like that by herself? We were only just looking for shampoo because she needed it for her hair for tomorrow's wedding. I don't even know what that was. All I know is it was smelling really nice.
Let me just clarify. I use it when my bank account is agreeing.
So after that tour, it was time for us to find something to eat because the intention really was to come here for breakfast and then head on over to our next location. But well, you know how it is when you're in spaces like this. So we got to the place, it was looking really nice, and we got to ordering what we wanted, even though she didn't get exactly what she wanted initially, but pretty impressed with what we got.
Don't have it? Oh no. But it's coming.
So there's those taking videos, and then there's some of us waiting to eat. We know some of y'all don't pray for your food when you're out, but we do. I mean, what's a meal with a woman if she doesn't dig into your plate? So after breakfast, we retraced our steps and went to get exactly what we needed to get. And as per the custom, I was the designated bag carrier. So yeah, let me carry that for you. As we were headed to our next location, she was a little tired, so she took a nap. And I was just waiting and anticipating to see where exactly we were going. She got a dress which she was very excited about, and I loved it personally because I do actually like the color white. And yeah, if you hang around long enough, you'll get to see her wearing it. Oh, she was looking stunning. So we arrived at the Cape Town Fish Market, and we were just in time for a reservation, and the lovely waitress led us to our seat. And let me tell you guys, the view, well, here's mine first, but the view, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. But of course, the best view was right in front of me. See how beautiful she is. Apart from being a bag carrier, I'm also a designated photographer, and I think I did a good job with that. What do you think? So it started to get a little chilly, and this is her putting on the jacket that I forcefully carried, which she didn't want to carry because I knew she was going to get cold. Yes, this video was for proof. At this point, I was very nervous because I was about to ask her to be my girlfriend.
Start by saying that you're someone that I actually see myself spending the rest of my life with. So certain decisions that I make, I won't necessarily make just based off of how I feel, but based off of the wisdom and actually getting to know you, and yeah, so far I've just known you as my friend, but I'd actually like to ask you to Oh, it's a yes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was awfully confused. I was like,
it was time for me to leave Tanzania and head on back home after what had been an amazing week, and she came to say goodbye to me. I knew this was about to be a very emotional moment, and at this point we're both just trying to keep it together, hard as it was.
smile for the camera. You really don't want to smile.
It's not a happy moment.
It is.
It's not about.
Though it was short-lived, I am actually very, very happy and very glad that I got the opportunity to actually get to see her and spend some time with her. And yeah, just do life together. So I'm looking forward to the next time we get to do this. Until then.